It is sad to think that sooner or later those you love will do the same for you. And you may have thought it tragic, not to mention other adjectives, to think of all the weeping they will do. But don't you worry, no more ashes, no more sackcloth, and an armband made of black cloth will someday nevermore adorn a sleeve. For if the bomb that drops on you gets your friends and neighbors too, there'll be nobody left behind to grieve, and we will all go together when we go. What a comforting fact that is to know. Universal bereavement and inspiring achievement. Yes, we all will go together when we go. We will all go together when we go, all suffused with an incandescent glow. No one will have the endurance to collect on his insurance. Lloyds of London will be loaded when they go. We will all fry together when we fry. We'll be French fried potatoes by and by. There will be no more misery when the world is our rotisserie. Yes, we all will fry together when we fry. We will all bake together when we bake. There'll be nobody present at the wake. With complete participation in that grand incineration, nearly 3 billion hunks of well-done steak. We will all char together when we char, and let there be no moaning of the bar. Just sing out a Te Deum when you see that ICBM, and the party will be come as you are. We will all burn together when we burn. There'll be no need to stand and wait your turn. When it's time for the fallout and St. Peter calls us all out, we'll just drop our agendas and adjourn. We will all go together when we go, every Hottentot and every Eskimo. When the air becomes Uranus, we will all go simultaneous. Yes, we all will go together when we all go together. Yes, we all will go together when we go.
Everybody else can shut up, because we're finally going to do this. Hello, everybody. It's been a little while. Actually, it's been a year or so, I guess. Now, let's get started on the script before I seriously screw things up. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. I never really could write anything for the end of 1.0 speech. I had a lot of drafts where I'd always try and sum things up, to find a point of focus and expand out from there. But it always got to be too much, too unwieldy. Sifcraft has become impossible to summarize. Too much has been learned and too much has been done to put down on paper. But I have at least 2 points I can't compromise on delivering, so I'll start there. Sifcraft 1.0 was run by somebody who understood that his idea had potential, but that potential was the least important component of success. Fear of screwing up dominated most actions. 2.0 was run by a group confident enough to take a few risks, but not confident enough to go all in doing what was right when they had opposition. 3.0 is the last iteration of Sifcraft I will launch. I won't say if there will be a 4.0 because it won't be my decision. I plan to retire once 3.0 is stable and pass things along to the next generation. 4 years is a long time to work on any single project, and in that time, Sifcraft has grown from an idea into something of an institution, and I've gotten the chance to work with some of the most capable and enthusiastic people I've ever met. Together, we made something pretty incredible. It's nearly time for me to move on, but not without giving it one last go. So Sifcraft 3.0 will be run by a group of people who are going all in. In the past, we have hamstrung ourselves by trying to be perfect admins harder than we tried to make a good game. Our priorities have changed, and hopefully we can achieve a measure of balance instead of living in fear of bias or criticism. Speaking of fear and bias, if running Sifcraft has taught me one lesson, it is that people are unreasonable and greedy by nature. No matter what is presented, People will always demand that it be better, faster, stronger, all without the slightest concession on their part. It's this constant discontentment and demand that makes any change to the status quo of a community nearly impossible. Every change demands concession from some party, and few will accept it willingly, even if the compromise is in their favor. Progress is then relegated to a gridlock of conflicting interests. On the flip side of the same coin, this discontentment is what pushes humanity forward. We will never be satisfied with good enough. We will never be able to stop and simply stagnate, because every moment, no matter how far we have come, we can't stop looking forward and thinking things could be better. This is what pushes us to take big risks, to step outside of our comfort zone, and to struggle for a brighter tomorrow. Our greatest strength and our greatest weakness are two sides of the same coin. The best we can hope is to find a balance and to move forward. But enough philosophical prattling. I'm not nearly old enough to try and impart much wisdom. So, on to the meat of the subject. At this point, you're probably wondering when 3.0 will be released. I'm going to tell you right now, we don't know. We have internal schedules, but we don't plan on publishing them. The risk of having to commit to a date this far from release outweighs the benefits. 2.0's failures are in large part to blame for us not being willing to take another month to polish things. When we started the conspiracy to develop 3.0 in secret, we had planned on being found out within a month or two of serious development. We simply didn't think we could both recruit enough developers and keep the secret. At best, we hoped for a jump start. On that front, at least, things worked out much better than expected. Most of the actual tech for sharding is working, and while not bug-free, it was robust enough to be used during the event. But only so much can be done with the public in the dark. We chose to reveal 3.0 at this juncture not because it is ready, but because we need the community's help to both finish and fund it. 3.0 will be made up of about a dozen shards, each a few thousand blocks in radius, in an effort to maximize the performance gains offered by sharding, as well as allowing more fine control when adding new land and resources. To move from running one server to running more than a dozen, even more effectively than before, will require serious changes in management infrastructure that we couldn't test on 2.0 without undue effort. Advertising creation and economy testing are also in dire need of effort that can't be entirely sourced from our group of conspirators. 3.0 will see the addition of some light RPG elements that will allow us to achieve our goals economically while simplifying the economy design on the factory mod side. We need testing data for these ideas so that we can make tweaks and gather feedback. 3.0's economy development is much less done by the seat of our pants and much more dependent on hard numbers and statistics sourced from 2.0 and to be sourced from the 3.0 pre-launch testing you will be participating in. Finally, there's the matter of funding. Civcraft will require anywhere between $500 and $700 a month to operate with our planned number of shards and player capacity. The variance caused by the different ways we might want to organize shards depending on expected population and initial load distribution is hard to predict, and we'll really need to have the server running for a few months before we can optimize our costs. Sometime during this coming week, I will be taking 2.0 offline so that we can begin setting up 3.0's public testing platform. We will be hosting AMAs and making more detailed posts on each of the new mechanics and changes we have planned for 3.0 as we polish them for public testing and add them to CivTemp for everyone to playtest. 3.0 is not just an iteration of Civcraft. It's a distributed but tightly coupled MMO that pushes far beyond the limits of any other running server and into a weight class of its own. It's going to be a monolithic undertaking to create and run, even with more than a year of incredible effort already behind it. The most important moments still lie ahead. I hope that together we can make something really incredible and have a game nobody will ever forget. As always, thank you for your time. I guess this is the moment for the dramatic exit.
Clap, 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 just take the server down.
Kill everyone.
Delete the subreddit.
Yes.
The correct thing to do was to yell psych at the end and then take down the server.
Give yourself
Okay.
V toggle lightning and V toggle
smoke, and then you can vanish with a flourish.
Okay. No, actually, I think we should all go outside and appreciate the city one last time.